Hi, welcome to Momentum for Life TV. I'm Gus Rickard.
And I'm Leila Lutz.
Today we're going to take you through the first of our Kettlebell for Women workout. If you haven't watched our basics video from last week, have a look at that before you go into this one. The first movement today, we're just going to do a front squat. So I'm just going to ask Leila to pick up the kettlebell and hold it in her arms just at her chest. She wants to keep her first rib elevated. She has her feet about shoulder width apart and just angled out slightly. So as you squat down, Leila, I just want you to make sure that your knees stay right over the second toe there. So you can just see that kneecap tracking straight over the middle toe. Good. Back up. Obviously, if you're watching someone else or if you have a mirror, make sure that you're nice and straight there from the front. If you want to just turn side on. From the side, we're just looking for this nice lumbar extension here and making sure that at the bottom she's only coming as deep as she can while holding that position. So just to there, perfect. And she's just letting her knees move over her toes, keeping nice and upright. Good. So her centre of gravity wants to be right above her feet. So in this case, it's kind of just behind the kettlebell there, and that's looking good from here. Okay, nice work, Leila. So the second movement we're going to do is just a kettlebell swing. So Leila's just going to pick up the kettlebell. The difference with the swing and the squat is just the timing. So with a bend pattern or with a swing, you're using your hips more and you're keeping your knees back. So come down to the bottom of a bend and just show that bottom position there, Leila. Yeah, awesome. So you can see here, she's really leaning forward and there's like a 90-degree plus angle at her hips. Her knees aren't bent as far forward as they would in a squat. She's just letting her knees bend enough so that she can get some range through her hamstrings there. So if you initiate the swing with the kettlebell there, you're just gonna good, awesome. Just drive with the hips, good. Just relax your arms more, just let it swing. All the movement with the swing wants to come from your legs. So as you lock your knees out, you're pulling your patella up, pulling your knees up, and you're just really locking out your hips. That's good. You notice Leila's breathing; she's keeping really tight through her trunk. And just exhaling as she lifts there. That's good, Leila, thanks. So the third movement we're going to do is just a floor press. There's two sides to this, you can do a left and a right. So Leila, I'll just ask you to lie down there. So Leila's just going to lie down on her back. She's going to keep the right knee up and just straighten the left leg. I'm just going to give her the kettlebell here, so just take it. I'm going to make sure that the kettlebell is resting on the back of your forearm, and that your forearm's kind of reasonably straight there. From that position, if you reach up with your left hand, you're going to keep your belly button drawn in, have a big breath in, and as you exhale, roll your hip over. You're going to roll over onto that shoulder and press up. Good. So a few important points here, just that the belly button's drawn in, the tongue stays on the top of your mouth. You can come down and do it again. And that as she lifts, she's just pushing her chin into her shoulder there and keeping her eye on the kettlebell. The movement here is really initiated from the hip, so you're pushing your head to go and rolling your hip over. That's good, Leila. Awesome. We're going to just do these three movements that we've done. The front squat, the swing, and the floor press. We're going to do each one for 40 seconds and have 20 seconds rest between each. So with this one, you're going to have 20 seconds rest between each side. You can start off just doing 3 rounds, have a day's rest, 2 between, and work up to doing 5 rounds. Nice work, Leila. Okay, so when you've finished your 3 to 5 rounds of those 3 movements, we're just going to do one core movement. You're just going to work up to this, doing a minute worth, and having a minute rest, and doing 3 sets. Leila, I'm going to get you to flip around onto your tummy. This is just a plank. I'm going to show you a couple of versions. It's really important with the plank that you're keeping your trunk nice and straight and keeping neutral spine. So I'm just going to get Leila to lift up on her knees, and we're just looking at her spinal curves there. Push through your shoulders a little bit more. Yeah, so we're just looking for activation of the serratusins there, and just keep your belly button drawn in. So she's just going to work on holding that for a minute. If she starts tiring out before a minute, she starts shaking or loses position there or anything, I'll just get her to stop and have a rest, and each time you do the workout, just put another 5 seconds or so on it. with regards to that, if you notice that each workout you're getting less and less before you lose form, you're probably not giving yourself enough rest between workouts or between sets, so you can try having another day rest between your workouts. So you can give yourself a rest for a second letter. And a harder version of that is just doing the plank on your toes. So if you just come onto the balls of your feet, now she's going to lengthen the lever, lift her whole body off the ground. And again, she's just pushing her shoulder blades forward, keeping braced through the abs so they're really turned on there. And she could turn her glutes on there as well, so really contract your glutes. That makes it a lot harder. To make it harder still, you can squeeze your elbows together and then squeeze your elbows towards your toes as well. You find that's a really hard contraction there. You won't be able to keep that up for a minute. Turn your glutes on more, really lock them out there. That's it, and relax. Awesome, so thanks for watching. That's the first workout of our series, so tune in next week for workout 2.